Yo, what up, Smoke Break Podcast? I am your host, Costa, and we got my man, Amir from Texas. Tell me about yourself, Amir.
Yo, I am Amir Johnson, and I am the CEO of Need to Feed. Need to Feed is a nonprofit organization based in Dallas, Texas, and what we do is we service the homeless with anything that they need to help them sustain while they're homeless. So that's hygiene products, a hot meal, a meal to go. Right now, we typically try to meet the needs of the people. So right now we're doing corona prevention kits, and those include masks, gloves, sanitizer, basically anything that you need to help you stay a little bit safer while corona is going on. That's what we do.
All right, man. Tell the people where they can.
Oh, I got you.
All that. Y'all see that? Cash App, Need to Feed, everything up there for y'all. And I'm going to put a link at the bottom so y'all can go ahead and click that link. And, man, that's a beautiful thing you're doing, man, for real, because we don't have too many younger people doing that of color. You dig what I'm saying? And,
right.
Especially like what's going on now. You've been doing this before all the
corona stuff
this year, before the pandemic and the George Floyd Black Lives Matter movement. So what I want to ask you though is what got you started? Like as far as what made you say, you know what, I think I'm gonna start this organization to help these homeless people. What really got you started? Because I never knew the backstory to what got you started.
When I first started Need to Feed came from life experience. When I first moved to Dallas, Texas, it was a very abrupt move. I decided I'm moving to Texas, and 4 hours later, I was packed up and I was in a truck on the way to Texas. I had one phone call with a high school friend who I knew who lived in Texas. I had one phone call and was like, hey, I'm coming. And the next day, I was in Texas. Nobody believed me that I was moving. And
I didn't. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know you were going. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, nobody believed me until I posted pictures on social media of me on a Penzic truck in Arkansas. Then somebody's like, hey, he gone. And when I first got to Texas, I was homeless. I was with a high school friend for a second, a very short second, but it didn't really work out like I thought it would, like we wanted it to, so we parted ways. I have no bad feelings, nothing like that, but I just ended up homeless.
Right.
And being homeless in a different place, a place that I was still trying to make Texas home, and I was homeless. So it was crazy because I experienced a lot of stuff. And after experiencing a lot of that stuff, after a few years when I got on my feet and I got better, I wanted to give back to the homeless community. I wanted to help people without asking for anything in return.
Right. And I know, like, what's crazy about that is, and not to say it like this, but you're not a millionaire, bro. Like, that's stuff millionaires do, bro. Like, you really don't see us normal people doing that. Like, that's stuff millionaires do because they can afford it. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard for you because everything got to come out of pocket, man. So that make it even more like amazed. People should be more amazed of what you're doing because of that right there. Like, you're not a millionaire and it's coming out your pocket. Everything you're doing is coming out your pocket. I mean, you probably get little donations here and there, but that probably don't even cover the traveling costs you be doing because you be going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So tell us about that, like the out of pocket and like.
Well, as far as I go down. So as far as traveling, just putting it out there. Next On the 25th of this month, on the 25th of July, Need to Feed is going to be in California. We are going to be doing a homeless event on Skid Row in California. Skid Row is one of the biggest homeless areas in the country. And
Definitely.
Need to Feed is doing an event there just because we just want to make sure that everybody know that we out here. We're not just in Texas. We're not just in Milwaukee. We out here, and we plan on growing even more. So we are where the people need us.
Facts, bro.
But as far as the money goes, coming out of my pocket, I consider being able to do it. I consider it a blessing. I consider it like an honor that I'm able to do it. You know, it just feels good to be able to help people.
It really
to be able to see people go from here to there, you know. We do a lot in the community. We don't just help people. We don't just feed people. We don't just give people corona prevention kits. We have helped people who have been inside of the shelters and homeless programs. We've helped them transition from homeless programs, paid their stipend to get into their first apartment, and then we even furnished the living room and the bedroom. And the furniture that we put in the living room was better than the furniture in my living room. When we was delivering it to him, I was like, man, should I take this home and like get mine? Mine is pretty good, but it was just really, really nice. But it felt really good to know that, you know, he's coming from a homeless shelter. This is the first home that he's ever had, and I was able to help with that. We were able to put groceries in his house. We was able to make sure that he had a bed in the room. You know, it felt good to do that. You can look at that on our success stories on our website, which is NEED-TO-feed, FEED.com, where you can see just the success stories and everything like that. So the money part of it coming out of my pocket because I get so much
more
joy.
than what you. Yeah, but
it just feels good.
You do way more than what you. So was that the initial plan to do like the housing and stuff, or you just said, you know what, I might as well take it a step further?
I pray.
And
every time I'm led to do something, I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that I want for Need to Feed, I pray about it and then I act accordingly. So I'm actively acting like working towards. I want what I said, what I prayed about, what I've envisioned. So it's been kind of happening like that.
And your attitude with it is you're still acting like you're not the boss. And when you don't do that, man, listen, you know how bosses get.
Yeah.
You know how bosses get. You still acting like you're the employee. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you move is like you push yourself like, man, hurry up, get this done. You know, like we tell employees, you know what I'm saying? So that right there, another testament of how much you put your all into this, man, because everybody can't do it. Everybody can't do it.
I do be pushing myself. I do have a good team. I said good 3, 4, maybe 5, sometimes 6 people who, you know, stay in my ear or they help me and stuff like that. But I do push myself because, you know, at times everybody don't have it in them to want to do that or to be out there or to be trying to get this or to do that. Everybody don't always have that in them. But I enjoy the fact that I inspire people enough to get it done.
Right.
So I just be good and everything is working
you
out.
Get it done, though, bro. You get it done. And if my thing is, if you don't get it done, don't beat yourself up about it, because you know you tried everything to get it done, and that's the problem with us today. Like we beat ourselves up on something and give up if we can't get that one thing done. Don't give up. Move to the next. Maybe if I do this, I have the resources I need to go back and do what I said I was gonna do. So we do that a lot. As people, period, especially our community, we do that a lot, man. And we so stuck on not being able to get that loan from that white bank, or not to say it like that, bro, but we so stuck on
I know what you mean.
And if we just step out, bro, step out on faith first. You know what I'm saying? Step out on faith. Right. Then let that faith that you have move you in the direction that you need to go, man.
So
for real,
you know what? You know how I knew, or I know that Need to Feed was meant for me. So first off, nobody really saw Need to Feed coming from me. I still don't even post and none of my social media handles, nothing like that, besides on the website. Do you see me say that I'm the CEO of Need to Feed? I never say that because I want to always remain humble. I want people to always be able to come to me. I want people not to think that I think I'm all that, because I don't think none of that. But it just so happens that with Need to Feed, I know this is meant for me, because when it comes to stuff like no's and rejections or setbacks and stuff like that, usually not just me, but people just regular, period, that bothers them.
Right.
Man, I don't even be fazed. I don't be fazed. I'll be good. It'd be crazy.
Okay, all right. On to the next.
I'm going to just do it again.
Right, for real,
I'm going to figure it out a different way. So that's how I know Need to Feed was meant for me. Because Need to Feed, to be honest, Need to Feed helps me more than I help Need to Feed, because it helps me like mentally. It helps me spiritually. It helps me emotionally. It helps me grow. It just do a lot for me. So I grind for Need to Feed because Need to Feed helped me too.
You know, I know it helped you grow. Like,
yeah, because I wasn't no joke. I wasn't no joke.
We know you was a firecracker, bro. So
yeah. You know.
Hey, but man, your maturity is on like 10 right now. You know, a lot of people who thought they was more mature than you need to get on board. You know what I'm saying? They need to get on board, pay attention to what you've been doing, man. And that brings me to this, like, what's the ultimate, like, not end game, because it would never not be homeless.
But where my head at right now, where we trying to be?
Yeah, where you trying to be?
So
as an organization,
I want to say, in the beginning of my thought process with this, I would think about where I'm at and how long I've been doing this, and then where other nonprofits are and how long they've been doing it. But just recently, maybe like a week or two ago, I decided that, I'm in my own lane. And I don't feel bad, because in everything that I've done with Need to Feed, I've succeeded. And, no offense to any other nonprofit, any other group, or any other organization and stuff like that, but we've succeeded in a lot of areas where people
and you're
have been trying to succeed. So we just been blessed to succeed in certain areas that other people were still kind of trying in.
And some didn't even involve that in their plan. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're different. Like, I know a lot of nonprofit organizations. I never see all of them doing everything, and it seems like you're doing everything. You're trying with the food, with the clothes, helping people get transition into their housing. Like that's what I'm saying. With that,
we want a building.
That's amazing.
A building so that we can feed on a regular basis. We want a building so that we can start a mentoring program for people who are transitioning. We want a building so people can come in and use the computers, so we can do, so we can wash people's clothes on site. So some people may can stay. We want to do a program where they can stay for maybe 3 nights or 4 nights so they can regroup, or if they was on drugs or whatever the case may be, just a lot of different things. But we want a building, and we want to kind of go from there. Next year, no matter what happens, Need to Feed is going to have a community garden. You see my garden right here. It's like crazy.
Hey man, you see my last show? My homie, man, he does the same thing you do in the garden. He a real life gardener. He in Phoenix, and I got a guy there. My other guy in Dallas there too. Inside Look Live
that you can do it in.
So I like your ideas, bro, and we can't stay away from that at all, man, because it's really needed. It's really needed in the society we living in today. Speaking of the society, like, what's your thoughts on, like, I'm gonna ask you this: the movement, the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh my God!
What's your thoughts? What is your thoughts? Because I have to ask this question. Like,
I have been like a Black Lives Matter person and for the cause and all this other stuff for a long time, but this year I did my research on Black Lives Matter, and I like the thought of what they're trying to do. I like the thought of what Black Lives Matter is doing. I like the thought of what people think that they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily agree with everything about Black Lives Matter, like how they're going about a lot of stuff, or they views or opinions, or just where stuff spans from, like where it comes from, the origin of it. Some of that stuff would just be a little, it was a little shocking or awkward, because some of the stuff that I was supporting with Black Lives Matter, I don't really support. It was just certain things that I saw that I noticed. I was like, oh dang, that's what that means? No, I don't feel that way. So,
yeah.
I love my people, but I want equality. I want social justice.
And that's what we want. Like, we want equality, social justice. This is my thing. I'm gonna say this because I always have something to say, like something new pop in my mind every time I talk to somebody different about it. And since you said that, like, I'm gonna touch on this blackout. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the blackout, but our black business owners don't have the same thing as these white business owners, bro. And that's just reality. If it's like that, then we got to travel to Atlanta somewhere to find a black business that's got what the white business, or to Texas somewhere to find a black business. Like especially where we at. I'm in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know.
See,
yeah,
that's true. That's true. That's so bad because of the climate. Because I did pretty good with finding black business owners to feature on the blackout days.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying. Like we so on that, but I understand, but I still did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I still held myself back from doing it or whatever. But at the same time, when we're in need something that our black owners don't have, and that's what it's hard, bro, in the Midwest, bro.
I think because in the Midwest, it's harder for people to get on and stay on because when we say stuff like let's feature black businesses, we tend to put our black-owned businesses, and we should, but in a sense, we tend to criticize our black-owned businesses more than you gonna criticize these other businesses.
Bro.
You gonna criticize my stuff because my bag wasn't folded right for you, but you take a whole garbage bag that they done pulled up out of the damn trash from another business.
Go
like
buy
Walmart.
Go buy a damn bag from somebody.
Listen, you get Walmart bags and they rip right open when you leave from shopping at their store sometimes. You know?
Right open, bro.
You get certain bags like that, but you go to a black-owned store.
Broke sauce and all type shit through
just
Walmart
everything,
bags.
but you don't even care. But let it be a black-owned business, and you want to contact the BBB and all this other shit, and tell everybody how their stuff is bad. But when you have Walmart and you have a bad day at Walmart, you just go back the next day. Might not even ask them for what you messed up or what was messed up. You just gonna go buy it again. But the black-owned business, you got to get them an issue, and that's a lot of people. Not everyone, but a lot of people do that.
That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
We in competition with each other for no reason. You in competition with people who you're not even in the same lane as.
Every day. And that's my thing, bro. Like, sometimes I don't even know who the person is, bro, and I'm promoting them because that's how I feel, bro. I feel like no matter what, do something. If you can't spend that $1 with that black business, promote them.
Promote them.
And that's definitely something we gotta do better at too, as far as black people. And another one I want to touch on is and I always ask this too about the black on black crime. Black on black crime versus police brutality. Why is there why they always bring up how many it's always become how many black people kill black people when the police kill a black person? Like, do you understand honestly, I feel them. We got to get ourselves right. Okay, we got to get ourselves right. But we're not the law at the same time. We're not the law. The law is to protect, serve, prevent. Everybody leave out that prevent word. Protect, serve, prevent. So what's your thoughts on that too?
To me, I almost get like my response to that question when they put those two together is that I feel like that's unfair for you to ask me, like, together, because they different things. They completely different things. We're talking about black on black crime, which everybody does black on black crime. I mean, everybody does crimes to their races. Okay, we might have more, whatever. That's because a lot of us are like crabs in a bucket. But us doing crime to us and another race doing crime to us and keeping us down and oppressing us, that's completely different.
Different, man.
These could be after effects from what the fuck y'all did.
Exactly.
So like, I just don't feel like they the same. They don't even weigh the same. They can't weigh the same. They can never weigh the same because we've been oppressed. Our people have been oppressed by law enforcement for ages. We've been oppressed by them for decades.
Forever.
So no, we were a people and we were united before. So this has not always been a thing.
And we was united before.
Yeah,
and, about like the 1940s or something, 1920s, around there, in Tulsa and Oklahoma. We had the so-called Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm. They're restarting the Black Wall Street here in Dallas.
They need to. But, and how it happened and how it got disbanded because white people went and massacred the whole community, bro. Like the whole community. So I have white friends. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I respect some white people. But when you still say all lives matter, that means you still.
So I learned that people who say all lives matter, most of the time they don't know why we say Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
They will get it. Because I was talking to one of my parents, and one of my parents, I was saying Black Lives Matter, and my parent replied, all lives matter. And I said, what did you say? So I explained. I said, yo, you do know Black Lives Matter is because we know that all lives matter. But we're reminding y'all that Black lives matter.
We're here.
Because
like
we haven't
pay attention to us. Like treat us fairly like you treat all other lives.
So go ahead. We know that all lives matter, but we have not mattered. Black Lives Matter was. Now this is what I felt back then. The origin of it was, that all lives matter. Now the depths of Black Lives Matter ain't even my business. But what it was originally supposed to mean was that we know that all lives matter, but we're reminding y'all that Black Lives Matter because we think y'all fucking forgot.
Exactly. Like,
and that's it.
We still get treated unfairly, bro. Like, and I don't want to go over the same thing I went over my last show, but it's still unfairly in the jobs, the schools, scholarships, who they want to support, what business they want to support, what business idea they want to take, and don't stamp that person's name on it. Like, it's been a lot of that. Like, a lot of stuff been crazy like that, too. Like, they'll take our black plan.
Do you know what's so crazy?
Put a little sprinkle on our shit, and then call it theirs.
Mm-hmm. All the time. But you know what's so crazy? What's one of the small things that, not being a colored person, you don't even think about? Now, you have to tell your small African-American son and even daughter, hey, you have to act this way around police because if you move too fast, they could kill you. And this is a conversation that little white kids are not fucking having. They're not. Dr. Seuss. And in between you reading Dr. Seuss, you have to tell your son that if a police pull you over or if you're in the car, you're not to move too fast.
Right. Right.
That's not a conversation that little white kids are having. That's not a conversation that white kids think about until they grown and they have to see it happening to other people when they paying attention to the news. But that's something that we have to grow up knowing, thinking, and feeling.
It's like they have to be next to you to experience that. The videos don't matter. Right. They have to be next, because I've been in the car with one of my white buddies and get pulled over, and I was getting destroyed. Like, why the fuck you with him? Like, why the fuck are y'all together? Like getting destroyed. And he seen that shit. And then he was like, yo, now I believe everything y'all be saying about how we get treated different. Because that guy didn't say nothing to me.
Mm-hmm. And it'd be real.
And he was the driver. That's the crazy part, bro. He was the driver. I was the passenger. So it just they're not they still comfortable, bro. Like, that's why I said they have to get uncomfortable with the conversation. They have to be uncomfortable with the conversation and sit there and listen. Be uncomfortable that whole time. Do not bark back. Do not snap back. Do not say, well, Lil Gerald just killed Lil Kiki yesterday. So what that got? No, you're not listening to us. Hear us. Listen to us to get the understanding of why. Listen, crime gonna be crime. People gonna be people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just history, bro. It's about 44% of white people that make up the killings in their community. That's white on white crime. It's 44% white on white crime. 70% of Americans get the killers are white people. 70%. So they don't say that. They don't say that on the news, bro. And I shout out to one of my CEOs, my sergeants in the Army. He put that stat out for me, and it was helpful. And I did my research after he put that stat out, because you have to do your research when people put stuff out. But shout out to Sergeant Billy, man. But yeah, that's that right there, man.
That's crazy.
So, man, expansions. I want to talk about that too. So where are we going with this? Are we expanding building wise, or just organization, or just do you want buildings in different places? You explained to me about the buildings you wanted. I mean, the building you wanted as far as to rehabilitate, feed, and find homes or and everything they need to succeed outside of your building. So is that just that's just going to be a Texas thing, or what? Because I know we trying to get you here. We trying to get something set up here for you. You know what I'm saying? So
once I get a building for Need to Feed here in Dallas, Texas, and is running without coming out of my pocket, my very next move is to come to Milwaukee. And it'll be easier in Milwaukee because, like, here, the buildings are like 200, 300, 400K. There, I can get the same building for $20,000.
20K. 20K.
For $20K, I can get the same building in Milwaukee. So in Milwaukee, I can buy a building. Like, I can put down $10,000. I can get a loan from my parents and stuff like that. And I can buy a building and start getting Need to Feed going in Milwaukee right away. I can do that right away. But I want to make sure that where I started it at, which is in Dallas, because Milwaukee is home, Wisconsin is home, but Dallas is where I grew up.
Right.
That's where I became a man. That's where I became.
Facts.
Yeah. I had always been, before I was here, everybody knew my personality. I was overly perky, loud.
Didn't give a fuck.
Didn't.
You can cuss on here, bro. You can cuss on here. Didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Not much of a censor and not much focus, not much direction. I was always funny as hell and real smooth and cool with everybody. I didn't do a lot of drama, but, don't cross me. And, I'm going to say my piece. but I have grown so much more here in Texas. I believe that the move was amazing. It was everything that I needed. It showed me a lot of different things that I didn't even know existed, or that I didn't, just to see a different culture of Black people.
Shell shock, a culture shock. It's a culture shock.
Yeah, it is. It is. So it made me want to like catch up. Like, what's up? What's up? Let me get some.
Hey, we proud of you too, though. Like that's what's up, man. Like, yo, you are a man. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that.
You are a man. You did leave here a little immature, and then now you are a man, bro. So I commend you for that, bro. And some people scared to take that step, bro. Some people are very scared to take that step of finding themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing. No matter how, bro, I'll be 36. I found myself a year ago, like me. Man. Like me. You know what I'm saying? Not the wife and the kids, but me. You know what I'm saying?
Just you.
Just me. Because I dabbled in everything, bro. I was in the Army for 8. I was a barber, a cosmetologist,
I remember.
I was a mechanic. Like, I dabbled in everything. I was a basketball coach for years, like everything. So, but some stuff you did it for money. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you do it just for people to hear you, or people to see, or just to get your words out. You know what I'm saying? So that's
man. When I was younger, all I thought about was trips, and I guess more trips. Just flying. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Let's go.
Thinking about taking care of other people was like one of the last things that crossed my mind. Now, I help my people, the people who I know, but going out and genuinely caring for strangers, it wasn't something that crossed my mind.
I got a question that asked to me a lot, and I know it get asked to you. When a person, like, you're definitely not sure if I should give this person something. Like, you just, for you, you're just sure, like, I don't care if he going to the liquor store, I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to help him. Like, explain that to the people, like, that. I know people want to hear that.
I equate, and I do it often, like on Liberty freeways or expressways and stuff like that. When I'm getting on and off and I see people, I do it way more often now because I've noticed that I've rode up and seen somebody sitting up there with a sign out and seen plenty cars up and nobody give them anything. And after I pull out $2 and give it to them, then all of a sudden these same cars that was sitting there, now all of a sudden all of them taking money out and doing it. So me, I just feel like in that case, if I got it and it crossed my mind, I never want to not be a blessing to them, and I never want to knock nobody else from blessing somebody. So let me just go ahead and give you this $2 so you can have 10 once I leave because they finna give you some money. And that's it. What you do with it, in all honesty, I can't be too pressed about what you're doing with it. I'm thinking about what my intent was when I gave it to you because I don't know what you're going to do with it.
Right.
People change every day all the time. You might change your mind and decide you don't want no crack. You want to go get you a sandwich this time. So that's your business.
Facts.
And, I can't judge nobody for where they at because I done been there before.
Right.
So I'm just going to give you this because I don't know what the fuck you need it for. But go enjoy it. Go enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
And
you're right, man. You're right, man. You're right. And I try not to have that attitude, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, if I get it and I got that, and this going to sound fucking stupid, too. If I got that time. Because you can make time. You can make 30 seconds to go in your pocket and give somebody something. You know what I'm saying? So I have to stop doing that because I'll be hitting it and like, damn, I would have gave him something, but let me just keep going.
No.
So
if you think about it like that, then you got to start doing it because you're missing out on the blessing by not doing it.
Right.
I told Hunter today, we passed somebody and he was like, and mind you, we got money in the car. dollar bills in the car on purpose in the glove compartment. So when we see homeless people, we can get them $2-3. Here you go. We have money in there on purpose for that, for them. So today Hunter was like, man, I should have gave him one, but I'm not going all the way over there. I said, I mean, that's your business if you want to miss a blessing. And he said, man, I said, you feel like I should go back? He's like, you feel like I should go back? I'm
hey,
like,
you put that out there, man, people turn around, hey, you gonna miss your blessing, man. You right.
Listen,
I'm telling you, man.
If you question it, just go do it. It didn't kill you
it,
like you're rushing to get nowhere.
In fact,
if you're rushing to get nowhere and you know he's not gonna rob you and you're not gonna miss this $2 because you're gonna lose it in these pockets and it's gonna get washed or some shit like that, man, get that man that money.
And I'm finna go back to what you were saying about the buildings. I suggest, like, just a suggestion, try leasing first. Yeah. Try leasing the building first. That's what I'm gonna suggest to you, because by you leasing in that building, then you're going to get the. Trust me, bro, it's going to happen. You're going to get the sponsors you need.
Yeah,
and you're gonna end up in this building. Yeah, you're gonna end up getting.
I said this, and last week I told somebody else, and she had a friend who was a realtor. So I contacted a realtor, and last week, at the end of last week on Thursday, they sent me a list of places downtown. So I am gonna lease a building already. That's where my next step is. That's where the process is.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to get a loan. I'm probably gonna have to get a loan to get that.
That's cool.
But I think the SBA want to give me some money.
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I wasn't gonna take it at first, but I almost need to. So, man, 30 years is a long time to pay it back. So I'm gonna hopefully by 30 years I made over 30,000, so I can just pay them their money.
Man, you'll be able to pay them back quicker than that.
But
double up on them payments.
That's a building.
Hey, if y'all out there, hear me. Double up on them payments. When you like people who got stuff now, and you getting them stimulus checks, and you getting them fat ass unemployment checks. I wish I had. I wish I was getting them shit. Double up on your payments. I know you want to go to every restaurant and shit when you get this money, but double up on your payments, on your mortgage payments, on your car payments. Watch how fast that shit get paid off, because trust me, you're paying. It's making a difference. It's making a difference.
Double up on the payments, most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely making a difference. But I decided that before I get me a house here in Texas, Need to Feed is gonna have a home. So that's what I'm in the process of working on.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's definitely what's up.
Because Need to Feed gonna have a community garden somewhere next year. So
let me see if I had anything else for you before we hit it. Because, man, this is a good conversation people need to hear for real.
I appreciate being on the show.
And next time we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it in person. You're gonna have to. I know you don't want to. You probably don't want to smoke, but we're gonna have to blow one. All gardeners smoke, so I don't care what nobody
I'm just not gonna post it on my social. I'm just not gonna post it on my social media.
Oh, that's cool with me. That's cool with me. You good. You don't have to. I wouldn't do it either. I wouldn't post you on the part you smoking. You know what I'm saying? Because shout out to Need to Feed again, man. They are doing their thing. Like, I can't say that enough. Need to Feed, Amir, he is doing his thing. He is doing his thing. People, go support this, bro. For real.
Appreciate you.
Like, for real. And
shout out to Smoke Break Podcast for doing the thug dizzle out here, for following your dreams. I say keep doing it. Keep in real life. I know a few people who you should have on your podcast, and they in Milwaukee, and they like they movers and shakers. It's actually these girls who got a podcast, and they controversial too.
I am too.
Really
so
it's a few different people who have podcasts going on and different stuff going on who will be really, really good for the show if you don't already know them.
Hey, I don't. So won't you drop that information for me?
I got you.
Did you know them?
Yes.
Drop that information for me.
One of them
me,
is,
you know what I'm saying?
it's a few different groups.
Connect me, bro. Like I love to network across. Like
one of the
a
groups in Atlanta, but all the girls from Milwaukee, but they in Atlanta. But y'all can still do a Zoom or whatever.
Hit them up for me and give them my information. Like we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk. But
Yeah,
man, hey, love, bro, for real. And next time you come here, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you're ready, bro. To anything you need when you get here, just let me know. I got you.
I will definitely let you know. I'm trying to decide when I'm coming back to Milwaukee. I wanted it to be in August, but it really just depends on how all the stuff is looking for me to be in this building, all the stuff. So I'll let y'all know like at the end of this month, hopefully, or sometime next month when I'll be back. But I'm trying to get back before it gets too cold up there.
And really, you don't, and I see you don't care about what's going on out here, bro. You finna make this happen, bro. Like you don't care. It's like, no, you can't fly. All right, nigga, I'll get on the boat, nigga.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there somehow. Shit, that's what's up, man. Hey, man, we love you, Amir, man.
All right. Well,
put your sign up again. Put your sign up one more time so they can see what's up before we leave. Y'all see that? I will have them links in the description. Support my brother, man. Smoke Break Podcast, Need to Feed, Philly. We out this bitch.
Smoke Break Podcast, y'all.
Peace.